In this video, I'll be taking you through a complete core workout for strengthening and for mobility. You could do this routine anytime from 2 to 7 days per week, as much as you like. If you don't have time to do the whole thing, you could also do separately just the core strength exercises or just the mobility exercises. Although I do recommend doing both series each week. I'll put the timings of when those segments start and stop down below so you can see if you want to break it out that way. Always just stay within your comfortable range of motion and do the exercises as they're feeling best for you. We're going to begin with strengthening the back extensor muscles. So we're going to be face down. We'll be doing 2 sets of 30 seconds of a back extension or unsupported cobra. Begin with hands alongside the chest under the shoulders pulled away from the ears, legs together, tailbone tucking toward the mat, and pull the abdominals in a bit to support the low back. Then we're going to lift the chest and lift the hands. We'll be holding 30 seconds. Now you don't have to lift real high. Keep the back of the neck feeling long, but if you do want the more challenging version, stretch the arms alongside the ears. Otherwise, just keep the hands alongside the shoulders. Keep breathing. There'll tend to be a bit of a lift of the chest with the inhalation, a little bit of lowering with the exhalation. Continue breathing, feel strengthening of those muscles of the back. Now we're going to rest in crocodile. Turn the legs outward, or if you prefer inward, cross the arms under the forehead. We're going to rest for 30 seconds here. Focus on full relaxed breaths with the abdomen pressing toward the mat with every inhalation, causing the low back to rise toward the ceiling. Now a second set. Bring the legs closer, hands on their shoulders, pull the abdominals in, lift the chest, lift the hands. Again, for level 1, keep it low. For level 2, reaching arms alongside the ears. Pull the abdominals in as needed to support the low back. Keeping the feet on the ground, tuck the tailbone toward the ground. Now press the hands down into the shoulders, lift up, walk the knees forward. We're going to be resting in child's pose for 30 seconds. Sit the hips back toward the heels, lie down to the front. Now you can support the forehead, you can stack fists under the forehead, cross the hands under the forehead, or the forehead on the mat. Knees can be close or wide. If there isn't any knee discomfort, you can put a folded blanket between the hips and calves. We're coming onto the elbows under shoulders, have your feet close together. So first level, we could be on the knees, second level on the toes, third level, one leg lifted for the first half, other leg lifted for the second half. So get in position, elbows on the shoulders, and begin. Level 1, lift the pelvis. Level 2, toes gripping, lift the knees. Level 3, lift the right leg. Keep breathing. Keep drawing the pubic bone toward the sternum. Now if you have the right leg lifted, switch to the left now. Keep breathing, again your choice of levels, or if you need to drop the knees, that's fine. Keep drawing pubic bone toward the sternum. Come on down. Let's rest in the crocodile pose for 30 seconds. We can turn the legs out or in. Focus on deep, full breaths with the abdomen expanding toward the floor with your inhale. Let's get ready for the next set. So legs closer, elbows under shoulders. On your mark, get set and go. Again, you can have the pelvis lifted, grip at the toes, knees lifted, or right leg lifted. Keep breathing, again, avoiding sagging through the pelvis, keeping pulling the pubic bone toward the sternum. If you have the right leg lifted, switch to the left. Keep breathing, keep lifting the chest, keeping the shoulders down. Keep breathing. Lower knees. Bring the knees forward, bring the hips back. Then we're going to take 30 seconds in child's pose. You can relax the head down. If you need to widen the knees, that's fine. If you want to stack the fists under the forehead or rest the forehead on the hands, you may. Or forehead to the mat. We can also widen the knees if you like. And now we're going to be moving on to our back for the bridging. We're doing 2 sets of bridging. First set with the posterior pelvic tilt, second with the neutral pelvis. Let me review the 3 options, or actually 4 options. First of all, we can do the basic bridge, keeping the feet down, hips width apart, keeping the hands down. Now we also could make these a little bit more advanced with the arms reaching up toward the ceiling. This is level 2. Now level 3, feet together, lift the right leg up with the right knee alongside the left, lifting and lowering, or we could lift like this. If you're doing the single leg version, then that would just be 5 on each side for 2 sets. Otherwise, we're doing 2 sets of 10 with both feet down. So beginning with the posterior tilt. And so again, if you want to start with this level, go ahead and begin here. Otherwise, feet with the hip joints. Now begin with flatten the low back. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Each time you lift, feel like you're engaging the gluteal muscles at the back of the hips, the hamstrings. Keep breathing. Now, if you had the right leg lifted, switch to the left. As we continue the last 5 here. Lower down. Now let's just pull the knees in, whether you're holding top of the knees or behind the thighs. We'll take 30 seconds here to get a little bit of the low back stretch. Be sure that the sacrum and tailbone are down against the mat. Keep breathing. And lower the feet. Get ready for your second set. Again, we can be at level 1 or 2 with the feet with the hip joints, or level 3 or 4 with feet together. And so option that right leg up. This time just keep neutral. Exhales you lift, inhales you lower. Again, level 2 would be arms up. We feel like the lower end of the sacrum and the low ribs lift and lower simultaneously. Now, if you had the right leg lifted, switch to the left. And there's an option at level 4 with the arms up as well as the leg up. Lower down, pull the knees in. Again, we'll take 30 seconds here, just getting a little stretch of the low back against the mat. Whether you hold on top of the knees or behind the thighs. The low back, sacrum, tailbone pressing down. Keep breathing as you relax into your stretch. And lower the feet. For the basic version, we'll straighten the right leg. We're going to lift and lower that right leg. Be sure the pelvis stays very stable, the low ribs stay down, the lower sacrum stays down. Pull the abdominals in to avoid any arching of the low back. For a more advanced version, we could do level 2 with the knees bent, making sure to hold the pelvis stable. Or level 3 would be legs straight. Now, you don't have to go all the way down. Just pay attention to the range of motion where you're keeping the low ribs on the mat. Now, you could dorsiflex the foot if you want a little bit more calf stretch. You could more relax the foot. For the purpose of strengthening the hip flexor muscles, doesn't really matter. So we'll go ahead and begin. Lie on the back. If you're doing level 1, straighten the right leg. Otherwise, choose level 2 or 3. As you inhale, lift. As you exhale, lower. Doing 10 repetitions. Holding the pelvis very steady. Keeping the low ribs and lower sacrum down. Breathing with each motion. We'll do 2 more. And then we're going to switch to the other leg. If you're doing level 2 or 3, you may either stop or do a few more repetitions as you feel like. Inhale up, exhale down, breathe with each movement. Holding very stable through the pelvis. Two more. And then straighten out both legs as we rest for 30 seconds. So just take some deep breaths. Feel some relaxation into those hip flexor muscles at the front of the hip joints that we're working. We can practice our full relaxed breaths with the abdomen rising toward the ceiling with the inhale, sinking toward the floor with the exhale. And then bend the knees and get ready to start the second set. So straighten the right leg, or you could prefer to start here for level 2 or here for level 3. And begin. Inhale up, exhale down. Doesn't really matter if you inhale or exhale on the left, as long as you breathe with each movement. Holding very stable with the pelvis, keeping low ribs and lower sacrum down. Two more. Bend the knee, plant the foot, switch legs, continue on the left leg, or again, if you're doing level 2 or 3, you may do a few more repetitions if you wish. Two more. And then bend the knee, plant the foot, and we'll roll to the side and sit up. Next, we're going to be stretching the hip flexors. So from the hand and knee position, step the right foot forward, slide the left knee back. The right knee is over the foot. So starting the timing. If you need to take pressure off your back knee, press firmly through the top of the back foot, or you can pad that back knee with a folded blanket or a towel. Have the option of raising up with the left arm, leaning a little bit to the right. Emphasize the feeling of stretch to the front of the left hip. Keep breathing. And lower down, and we're going to step forward with the left foot, slide the right knee back. Again, opposite of hands on the front thigh, opposite of right arm reaching up as we lean a little bit to the left. Pressing firmly through the top of the back foot if you need to take pressure off the back knee. Keep breathing, focus that stretch on the front of the right hip. Lower down, step back, we'll do one more set on each side. Stepping up with the right foot. And option of reaching up with the left arm as we lean a little bit to the right. Feel that stretch in the front of the left hip and keep breathing. And let's step back and last set. Left foot forward, right knee back. Opposite of hands on the front thigh, opposite of right arm reaching up, lean a little bit left. And lower hands, back to hands and knees. So now we're going to do 10 of the moving cat-cows going into child's pose. Then at the end, we'll hold the child's pose for 30 seconds. So to begin with, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, lift the head. Look slightly forward. It doesn't have to be an exaggerated extension, though. It can be kind of slight. Tuck the tailbone under, look down, rolling back. Bring chest toward the thighs, forehead toward the mat. Inhale, scoop forward and up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under as you're rolling back. Inhale, scoop forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Emphasize the feeling of stretch in the low back each time you go back. Next time you go back to the child's pose, we'll stay in child's pose. Have the big toes together, knees can be close or wide. We're going to take 30 seconds. Support the head if you need with the hands or stacked fists or forehead to the mat. Take some deep breaths, feel stretch into the low back. Come to the Sphinx position with elbows under shoulders. And so we could stay here or hands under shoulders, pressing to a supported cobra. We're going to be doing 30 seconds. So the neck is long, shoulders relaxed. See if you can relax the abdominals, particularly as you inhale. Feeling the abdominals pressing toward the floor as you inhale each time. Again, we could be higher, whatever level is comfortable for you. Shoulders relaxed, neck long. And again, we'll come down and we'll rest in crocodile. Turn the toes out or in, support the forehead. Focus on those full relaxed breaths with the abdomen pressing toward the floor with every inhale and the low back rising toward the ceiling with every inhale. Now bring legs closer, elbows on the shoulders, second set. Level 1 is here, level 2 is here. Focusing the stretch into the abdomen, fully relaxing the abdominal muscles every time you inhale. Head tall, neck long, shoulders relaxed. And lower down, and we're going back into child's pose. Knees forward, relax into the front. Support the head if you need to with the hands, stack fists, or the back of the hands, or forehead down. Knees again can be close or wide. And sit up. Next, we're going to be lying on the back and doing some hamstring and gluteal stretches. So lying back, knees bent, feet flat. So have your stretching strap available, and it could be a firm yoga strap, or if it's one that's a little bit stretchy like this, make sure it's pretty thick and doesn't give easily. Now, if you prefer to hold a passive stretch, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll be taking you through a PNF. So for the PNF, then we would be pressing the foot downwards toward the floor against the resistance of the strap for 6 seconds. So keep breathing, keep pressing down, keep the knee pretty straight. Also keep the sacrum grounded. Now let's relax for 10 seconds into the stretch. So see if you can go just a little deeper into the stretch. 10 seconds relaxing. Now again for 6 seconds push downwards. Keep breathing, pressing downwards, and now we're going to relax for 10 seconds again. Keep reaching up through the heel, staying mostly straight through the knee. And press downward for 6 seconds. Keep breathing, pressing against the resistance. And then we'll relax for 10. So you can go a little deeper into the stretch as we're relaxing. And then one last set. So pushing down for 6 seconds, keep breathing. Push downward. And relax for 10 seconds. Again, making sure you're grounded through the lower sacrum. And bend the knee, release, shake the leg a little, and same thing, other side. So left leg in the strap, straighten the right leg. Again, if you prefer just to hold a passive stretch, that's fine, otherwise we'll do the PNF. So push downward for 6 seconds, pushing against the resistance of the strap. Breathing. Now relax for 10 seconds. So see if you can go a little deeper in that stretch for 10 seconds. And push downward for 6 seconds. Breathing. And relax for 10 seconds. Again, grounding through the lower sacrum, staying mostly straight through the left knee, reaching up through that left heel. Push downward against the resistance of the strap for 6 seconds. Relax for 10. And last set. So pushing downward for 6 seconds. Keep breathing. And relaxing that stretch for 10. And release, shake the leg a little. We'll do one more set on
side. So back to the right leg in the strap, left leg straightens. Again, if you prefer to hold the passive stretch, that's fine. Otherwise, push down with the leg for 6 seconds, like moving the heel toward the floor. And let's relax for 10 seconds. Going a little deeper into that stretch, keep breathing. And again, push downward for 6 seconds, so keep breathing. And relax for 10 seconds. Push downward for 6 seconds. And relax for 10 seconds. One last time, pushing downward for 6 seconds. Relaxing for 10 seconds. And release, shake the leg a little. Same thing, left leg again. Left leg in the strap, straighten the right leg. Again, if you prefer to hold a passive stretch, that's fine. Otherwise, begin pushing downward for 6 seconds against the resistance of the strap. Keep breathing. And relax for 10 seconds, going a little deeper into that stretch. And pushing downward for 6 seconds. And relaxing for 10 seconds. And pushing downward for 6 seconds. Relaxing for 10 seconds. One last time, pushing downward for 6 seconds. And relaxing for 10. And let's release. Put the strap down, bend both knees, flatten the feet. Now we'll do the lying figure 4 stretch for the gluteal muscles. We'll do 2 sets of 30 seconds on each side. Cross right ankle over left thigh. With both hands, reach for the left thigh, pulling that left knee toward the left shoulder. Now you could also hold on top of the knee if you want, or behind the thigh. We're focusing on the stretch in the back of the right hip here. You might feel a little bit to the right inner thigh as well. Be sure to keep the lower sacrum grounded. Keep breathing as you hold. And then we'll switch, left ankle over right thigh. With both hands, pull the right thigh toward the right shoulder. Still keeping lower sacrum and tailbone grounded. Option pulling on top of the knee. Focus the stretch to the back of the left hip. And release. One more time each side. Right ankle over left thigh. With both hands, pull that left knee toward the left shoulder, focusing on the stretch in the back of the right hip. Keep breathing. And then we'll switch. Keep breathing, relaxing, pressing the lower sacrum down. And lower the feet, uncross, roll to the side, press hands down, sitting up. If you do have any questions, you may leave them in the comments. And if you enjoy the video, then please hit like and subscribe. And if you'd like to be notified when I post new videos, then please click the alarm bell next to the subscribe button. Thank you.